What's up, guys? It's Mike. I have this question a lot from just random people about why did I get a Subaru rather than an Evo. I just wanted to answer this question for you guys to let you guys know why. A quick backstory is when I first was looking for a car, I had a Camaro, and then I enjoyed the Camaro. I ended up selling it for my Mazda, and my wife found out that I was kind of unhappy about having like a family man's car. So she told me, go out and buy a car that will make you happy. And I knew that I wanted a 4-door car, and it didn't have to be 4-wheel drive, but it had to be 4 doors. And I wanted a 4-cylinder for the gas mileage, and I wanted a turbo because I like turbo cars. And the Subaru and the Evos end up matching those descriptions. So I went out and looked for a car. And initially, my car of choice was an Evo. So I went and test drove an Evo, and I liked it a lot. It was a blue Evo, really nice, really great car. The turbo spooled up real early. The car was spunky and it was fast. But the interior was really cheap. Something about Mitsubishi and their Lancers, they just make really ugly interiors. Like the gauge, the cluster was really great, but the dash where you have your radio, it's ugly. I don't know what they're thinking, but it was a cheap interior. And I mean, what do you expect? It's a sports car, so I understand. But the Subaru's interior is way nicer, by the way. But I test drove the car, and at the end of the test drive, I asked the dealer or the car salesman, I need to look at the trunk. And when I looked at the trunk, I realized the trunk, you can't fold the seat down, and which I thought was really weird. I don't know if they've changed it now, but as of then, 2011, I guess, you couldn't fold the seat down. I was really disappointed because the car I was going to get needed to have a seat that folded down. Unlike other people's, I actually fold my seat down when I move things. I often go camping, so I load the trunk up with a lot of wood and fire supplies, along with tents and chairs. So all of my supplies would go in the back, and I need a trunk that actually can fold down the seat. Unfortunately, the Evo didn't do it, so I was kind of forced to say, hey, I like the car, but I can't buy it because of the trunk. And the salesman thought it was really weird. It was like, you're basing a car over a trunk, and he didn't understand. I'm not some kid that wants a fast car just because. I actually was looking for a fast car, but responsible in a sense that I wanted it to be utilized in different ways rather than just drive around and look good. I commute on my car a lot. I stack the miles so quick on this car. In SoCal, we drive mostly freeways. Some of you guys refer to it as highways. And my wife and I will drive about 20 miles to go for dinner. Some people think that's weird, but that's normal over here because our freeway systems are vast, and we can connect to multiple cities in less than 20 minutes to go in 20 miles. So everyone drives pretty quick out here. That's probably why. But in the end, I didn't get the Evo because of the trunk, and that was the biggest decision. So I went out and looked for Subaru. I've always liked Subaru since the first day I sat in one, which was a very long time ago, and I liked it a lot because the sound is amazing on the car. It just sounds amazing. Sounds like a muscle car, which I came from, but in a 4-cylinder, which is great. So I looked around and I happened to find this WRX here. I found a WRX, and I was debating whether to get an STI or WRX. Now, responsible me said WRX because the gas mileage is slightly better, the car is a lot less than an STI, and I don't need something that has a crazy amount of horsepower and handling and all that crazy stuff. So I decided on the WRX because I didn't need a car that impressed other people. Now, I know other people are like, oh, you only have a WRX and not an STI. Well, I don't really care because you don't even have a Subaru at all. The thing is that I would love to get an STI, obviously, if finances were not an issue. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of us are not rich millionaires or, are rich and have a lot of money you can spend on cars. So I could have waited maybe a half a year to get the STI, but, I'm impatient, so I wanted the car now. But WRX is great because gas mileage is slightly better, does everything an STI would, but the STI obviously can do more on a track, on a racetrack, on the mountains, the canyons, but I'm not driving that way. My car is mainly for my commuting and, from weekend to weekend, some enjoyable times on the road. So I decided on the WRX. Now, I love the car a lot. The car is really great. Now, my question to you guys is, what car would you get? Would you get an Evo or an STI? Just assume the prices are both the same. Which one would you end up with? And you have the finances for it, STI or Evo. Because initially, like I said, when I was looking for a car, I was looking for an Evo. but because of the trunk, it held me back. I wanted to get a car that I can utilize for camping and driving out and moving things if I had to help a friend move some stuff. And the Subaru actually ended up, fitting my needs. As for WRX, that's just a different story. But the question is just Evo or STI. So you let me know which one would you get. And guys, thanks again for watching so much. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. If you haven't checked out my other channel yet, it's sdialsfinest. It's a YouTube partner channel, but I don't use it as much because I enjoy doing these videos for you guys more than my other one. Although I should do my YouTube one more, or my partner one more. But anyways, thanks guys for watching. You guys are awesome. I will